Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, find those key insights, and maybe spark a few aha moments for you. Today, we're getting into cloud security, specifically looking at Prisma Cloud. And we're going to do that by looking at some practice questions from the Prisma Pro-24 exam material. Our goal, to really unpack what Prisma Cloud does, its core ideas, so you get a solid grasp of modern cloud protection. It's a really practical way to look at it, I think.
It is. And, the exam itself, it's multiple choice, usually around 50, maybe 60 questions, 90 minutes. Passing scores in public, but probably 70, 80%. It's in English. But like you said, we're not really here to prep for the test. What's great is that these questions, they really zero in on the fundamentals. They show you where a platform like Prisma Cloud adds value in, the real world. So even if you're not taking the exam, this is a solid way to understand critical cloud security concepts.
Exactly. It's a great structure for understanding. Okay, so let's jump in. First big area, runtime security. I mean, once your apps, your containers, are actually live in the cloud, how do you protect them? It's not just about building secure code, right? What happens when it's actually on?
That's where CWP comes in, Cloud Workload Protection.
CWP, right?
Yeah, it's all about active vigilance. It's watching those running workloads, containers, VMs, even serverless functions. It looks at their runtime behavior. So it's trying to spot anomalies, weird or malicious activity during execution.
So it's more than just scanning a file, it's watching what it does.
Precisely. Think about protecting the engine while the car is running. It's watching for unusual process activity, strange network connections, that kind of thing. It's about real-time threat detection when things are actually operational. Moving beyond just checking configurations to actively watching live operations.
Okay, that makes sense. Active vigilance. So protecting the now. But what about preventing problems earlier, like way earlier? Where does security fit into the whole development pipeline, the CI/CD process?
Ah, yes, the shift left idea. Integrating Prisma Cloud into CI/CD is all about automation. You automate vulnerability scanning, policy checks, right during the build and deployment.
So before it even gets close to production.
Exactly. The goal is to catch vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, whatever, really early in the development lifecycle.
Find it sooner, fix it cheaper.
Pretty much. You improve the security posture before things go live. Imagine finding a critical flaw in a library before the code is even deployed. Saves a lot of headaches later. It really answers that question. How do you stop bad code from reaching production? You build security right into the process itself.
Building it in, not bolting it on later. Got it. Okay, next challenge, and this is a big one for lots of companies, compliance. GDPR, ISO 27001, PCI DSS feels like a huge amount of work, especially if you're using, say, AWS and Azure and Google Cloud.
Oh, absolutely. Multi-cloud compliance is a major headache. And that's a key area for Prisma Cloud. It supports enforcing a really wide range of these standards, GDPR, ISO, PCI, HIPAA, NIST, you name it. It gives you continuous compliance monitoring across all those different clouds.
So one place to see if you're meeting the rules everywhere?
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It helps organizations meet those regulatory demands regardless of which cloud provider they're using or, how many they're using.
That sounds much more manageable than juggling spreadsheets for each standard and each cloud.
It is. It automates a lot of that checking and reporting, the ability to unify compliance monitoring across different clouds. It's, frankly, a game changer for managing risk effectively.
Right, automating that proof. Okay, let's zoom in a bit on the tech. We hear the term Defender used with Prisma Cloud. What exactly is a Defender? What's its job?
Good question. The Defender is, think of it as a lightweight software agent.
Yeah, an agent.
Yeah, a small piece of software you actually deploy on the things you want to protect.
Yeah.
So directly on hosts, inside containers, or alongside serverless functions.
So it's right there on the ground level.
Exactly. It's the sentinel, the security guard, right on the workload. Its job is to monitor runtime activity locally, enforce security policies right then and there, like blocking a bad connection, and collect detailed telemetry data.
Telemetry, so data for analysis back in the main platform.
Precisely. It feeds information back for the bigger picture analysis.
Yeah.
But its core role is that frontline protection and visibility right at the workload level. It's the enforcement point.
In the thick of it, doing the heavy lifting locally. Okay, so if the Defender is doing that local, granular work, how does Prisma Cloud get the big, overarching view? How does it know about all the other stuff in my cloud account, the network settings, the storage buckets, the IAM roles? You can't put a Defender on everything, right?
Right, you can't. And you don't need to for that kind of visibility. That's where API-based data collection comes in.
API-based. Okay.
Yeah, Prisma Cloud primarily uses the cloud provider's own APIs, application programming interfaces. It connects to your AWS, Azure, Google Cloud accounts via these APIs, and it pulls metadata and configuration details directly from the cloud provider.
So it's asking the cloud platform itself, what do you have configured?
Exactly. It ingests that cloud provider metadata. This gives you that continuous automated visibility across your whole environment without needing agents everywhere for configuration posture management.
That sounds much more efficient for broad visibility.
It is. It's how you scale. How do you track thousands, maybe tens of thousands of cloud resources constantly changing? API-based collection is key for that broad, continuous view. It's like an automated inventory and configuration audit that's always running. Maybe something for you to consider. Given how fast cloud environments are evolving, how many different services companies are using now, and just the sheer complexity, how much more critical will automated platforms like Prisma Cloud become? Not just for the fancy threat detection, but just for maintaining basic visibility and control, for just knowing what you have and if it's configured safely in such a dynamic world.